check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Let's turn the music off for a second and check it out. There we go. Hey everybody. All right, let's get into this. This is a live stream view here, but checking for an echo, making sure yeah, there we go. Sounds good now. So how's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone's doing incredibly well. Double screening for a sec. Let's get this going. To warm up, we'll take a look at the crypto markets. See how it's going. Once again, let me know, everybody, if the audio is jacked up. You can always chat in here. Got myself a little bit of coffee. A little bit of magic seeds. So today it's been a pretty good day in crypto. Actually, yesterday and today, past 24 hours, we had a jump of about $800, 15% jump in the last 24 hours. It was pretty freaking good if you ask me. So hopefully we'll see more on the upward trend. Look at self-advertising. And not too much downtrend in any particular coin, except probably Tether. Nope, even Tether's. Yeah, Tether spiked up and started dropping down, which is a good indicator that Bitcoin will start rising, or did rise. Taper off. We'll see how it goes in the next couple of days. And let's get on to the fun business. I won't go too much into crypto because I know not a lot of people are into that. It's just kind of a way to warm up, get people in. Let me know how you guys are doing. There's a few of you out there, a few being 2. And let me know if you're not able to hear too as well. Because like I said, I had a problem with that last time. And I just want to be extra sure. I'm not going to go live on Instagram or anything. I think it'll just take away from this stream, from the YouTube lover. Hopefully I'm not getting the double sound effect here. I'm going to turn the music down just a touch more. Just a touch. Just a smidgen. Alright, so let's get into some science. So dark matter is not made up of tiny black holes, despite what many of you might have thought. So the source is Kavli Institute of Physics and Mathematics of the Universe. An international team of researchers has put a theory speculated by Stephen Hawking to its most rigorous test to date, and the results have ruled out the possibility that primordial black holes smaller than 1/10 of a millimeter make up most of dark matter. So a lot of you guys, or maybe you aren't aware, that 99.9% of the universe is unknown, or empty space. They call it empty space. It's just unknown, right? And the rest is fluffy rainbows, in case you didn't know that. The 0.1% fluffy rainbows. So, the Milky Way galaxy, which is depicted on the left, and the Andromeda galaxy on the right, are separated by 2.6 million light years. Compared with the areas where stars are clustered together, dark matter is believed to be distributed over a much larger volume. Go figure. The truth of the matter is, you know, we don't really know what dark matter is. It's kind of our filler. It's just the filler. It's like that creamy center in the middle of the Oreo cookie. Well, that'd be white matter though, huh? Let me test how this is going too. Hey, that works. Hey, what's up, Ryan? Thanks for joining, dude. Have to get on in a call. Let's schedule. I tried to get Russ in on one, like do an interview, Do an interview, and I tried to get Russ in on one, but he's been busy. Maybe we'll get together with you next week, or maybe Nick. That'd be fun, man. It's always kind of weird and awkward talking by myself, but I'm glad the audio is good. What is this artifact right here? Is that on this side? What is that artifact? Let's see if that fixes it. Okay, let's move on to more of this article, this juicy article. Scientists know that 85% of of the matter in the universe is made up of dark matter. Its gravitational force prevents stars in our Milky Way from flying apart. However, attempts to detect such dark matter particles using underground experiments or accelerator experiments, including the world's largest accelerator, the Large Hadron Collider, have failed so far. Gravity is still the elusive particle. Maybe it's because it doesn't exist like we think it does. Could just be, maybe. Maybe we should just try to do experiments that prove it doesn't exist rather than trying to do experiments to prove it does exist. Not that gravity doesn't exist, right? You can drop something and it falls to the ground, but just the concept of it being somehow separate than other elements of nature. All right. International team of researchers led by Kavli Institute for the Physics and Mathematics of the Universe principal investigator Mashiro Takada, a PhD candidate student Hikaru Nakuru. Hey, what's up, man? You two are the only dudes in here. I should quantum vacuums. Yeah, I should hit up Instagram, see if I can fish some more people. But I always get sucked into Instagram. So many people are asking me questions on there, and like nobody's in here. Tantalum capacitors. So there's like a game you guys can play in this too, to keep. No, there's a way to find a way to keep busy, I guess. Mini games, here it is. Let's see if you type in like highest. It's like this. I think should be like a game you can play or some crap like that. I don't know. I'm still working on that, figuring that stuff out. This is how it needs to be. Yeah. Maybe more people come in. I'll give it I'm gonna be doing this for like an hour. But next time I'd rather just have you guys on call. We can just rapid fire. All right, so here we go. Getting back into this because somebody will watch this later, I would think. This has led scientists to consider Hawking's 1974 theory of the existence of primordial black holes born shortly after the Big Bang, and his speculation that they could make up a large fraction of the elusive dark matter scientists are trying to discover today. Oh yeah, coffee. An international team of researchers led by... Oh, I already read all that. What the hell? I was at the Japanese gentlemen's names. So, Hiroko Nakura, Professor Naoko Yasuda, and including researchers from Japan, India, and U.S. have used the gravitational lensing effect to look for primordial black holes between Earth and the Andromeda Galaxy. Gravitational lensing, an effect first suggested by Albert Einstein, manifests itself as the bending of light rays coming from a distant object such as a star due to the gravitational effect of an intervening massive object such as a primordial black hole. So in extreme cases, such light bending causes the background star to appear much brighter than it originally is. However, gravitational lensing effects are very rare events because it requires a star in the Andromeda Galaxy, a primordial black hole acting as a gravitational lens, and an observer on Earth to be exactly in line with one another. So, to maximize the chances of capturing an event, the researchers used the Hyper Subprime Cam it's a digital camera on the Subaru telescope in Hawaii, which can capture a whole image of the Andromeda Galaxy in one shot. Taking into account how fast primordial black holes are expected to move in interstellar space, the team took multiple images to be able to catch the flicker of a star as its brightness for a period of a few minutes to hours due to gravitational lensing. Catch the flicker, so they're just watching star flickers. From 190 consecutive images of the Andromeda Galaxy taken over 7 hours during one clear night, the team scoured the data for potential gravitational lensing events. If dark matter consists of primordial black holes, of a given mass, in this case mass is lighter than the moon, the researchers expected to find about 1,000 events. But after careful analysis, they could only identify one case. The team's results showed primordial black holes can contribute no more than 0.1%. I love this percent, how they're putting percent. Like, I'm pretty sure that, like, percent is one word, not per cent, like actual change that you put in your pocket. Anyways, 0.1% of all dark matter mass. Therefore, it is unlikely the theory is true. Black holes are also spinning. Brah. Black holes are everywhere. They're everywhere, brah. The researchers are now planning to further develop their analysis of the Andromeda Galaxy. One new theory they will investigate is to find whether binary black holes discovered by gravitational wave detector LIGO are in fact primordial black holes. And yeah, then it just goes over the citation, the Japanese gentleman that went over it. So, what do you guys think? Like, it's kind of interesting. Like I said, I've said this before, but like, it's the difference between inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. Like, either building up a theory with a whole bunch of experiments, which can be very costly, or, you know, trying to shoot holes in your experiment. You know what I mean? It should just be deductive reasoning, deducing down to its smallest components and making sure. Yeah, I don't know. Like, they're trying to fixate on, like, my take on black holes. I know you two gentlemen in here, you guys know kind of my take on it, but I really think that it has more to do with like condensed matter physics and electrical properties of the universe than it does gravity itself. And I think that gravity is like a byproduct of, like, it's like dielectricity, you know? I mean, that's really wild to say, but if you look at some of the formulas, you know, Coulomb's force and gravitational force are extremely similar. Extremely. Bunches of theories. Yeah, exactly. So many theories. Just got to test, right? Got to test them. I'm working on that. Not currently. I'm talking to you guys right now, but I have plans to work on that. You know I do. All right, let's go on to some. So this is some cray stuff. We're gonna talk about. We talked about this last week too. It's face recognition stuff. It's a huge topic right now because there's a lot of people are freaked out about all the facial recognition that's going on. Like, many companies are using it without even talking about it. It's kind of weird, but Amazon's planning on implementing it for not only their products but everything. Drop test. Yeah. Oh, that's a good test. We still should. Somebody's got to test that, man. Which is really I don't know if you're thinking about this, but if that's what you meant. But oh man, what is that crazy cat's name? It's the guy who was in the Skunk Works and stuff. He had the drop test with the two magnets, and I've seen one other video, but it's really poorly done. But where he forced two magnets together with the same side, so north and north were forced together, and they both weighed them the same amount, and they did the drop test. That'd be really interesting. And then to do it in a vacuum, like that feather and bowling ball one, that'd be sweet to see, just to eliminate any air resistance. But just to see if one would fall faster or slower. I can't even remember what that dude's name was. That's gonna kind of bother me. I'll figure it out. It'll come to me once I stop thinking about it. So, facial recognition isn't a futuristic dream. It's already here in a big way. It's in your hand when you use Apple's Face ID to unlock your iPhone. It's in the airport when you smile to a camera to board your flight. And thanks to a growing number of smart home products, it can even be in your home. The new doorbell, and here they go, going into the Nest Hello doorbell recognizes familiar faces to tell you who's calling, and the Nest Cam IQ Indoor and Nest Cam IQ Outdoor both use it to keep tabs on who's at home or just outside. Knowing who's offering a bone is even one of the key features of the Aibo Sony's. So it must be Sony's product. It's like 3,000. It's a robot dog. Let's take a look at that. That'd be fun. See if it's probably an affiliate link. I don't know if they're selling it. My week with Aibo. Yeah, it's a robot dog. Check her out. Almost $3,000 robot dog. Yeah, face recognition's pretty crazy. The Aibo won't help wake you up out of bed when it detects daylight. It won't? It won't use its internet connection to deliver the morning news report, to use its cameras to watch. So it's probably just like a aesthetic, like friendly type of. Let's see, this one-of-a-kind pet doesn't act like a other smart home gadgets packed with sensors, cameras, and wagging its tail. Instead, it will trot around your home, programmed for just one mission. Companionship, yeah. So it just mostly make you feel good. I mean, you could just get a dog. It's probably cheaper than $3,000, but then you have to actually take it for a walk and treat it like a living creature, right? Who wants to do that shit, right? That's fucking boring. Beware of robots. Skynet is coming. Yeah, it won't doo-doo on your floors, that's right. I gotta spend a week. So anyways, we'll go back to the face recognition. Oh, there's the first one. $19.99. $3,000. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy robots coming out. There's another robot for $3,000. It's like a companionship robot. It has an LCD screen. I can't remember the name of it, but it will come up and like smile and listen to your most intimate personal details, and then upload it to some big mega corporation for selling you stuff. I'm just kidding. I don't know about that part, but there is another robot that is a companion. Robot lovers, they're coming. What self-respecting man doesn't want to make sweet love to a robot, or woman for that matter? I shouldn't just limit it to the men. That's just unfair. All right, so it's a trend that shows no signs of slowing, as you can see by the robot and face recognition. TP-Link's Casa line of smart home products announced at CES in January includes cameras with facial recognition capability, and manufacturers are proudly touting facial recognition as a helpful, cutting-edge feature. But should we be rushing in to embrace facial recognition in our gardens, kitchens, and bedrooms? Yeah, I know. At least have it some functionality. It just makes you feel good. The robot dog just makes you feel good, man. All right. Though we can't escape the technology when it's used in public settings such as airports or retailers, you walk a precarious ethical line when you start collecting biometric data on family, friends, and strangers. You might gain the peace of mind that comes with knowing who's at the door, but it could come at a cost of compromising your loved one's privacy by sending their biometric data back to manufacturers or even hackers. So what's legal? Before considering the ethics, it's important to consider the law. Data privacy is an increasingly hot topic on Capitol Hill. as you guys may have known by the Facebook scandal. I don't know if it's a scandal, but where they collected a whole crap ton of your data from all those wacky apps. What spirit animal am I, and what's the best compatibility with my star sign. All those apps that people downloaded. That's how they fished a lot of that information. It's pretty crazy, but besides what we willingly gave them. But before considering this a Capitol Hill, so even federal government facial recognition, yet two U.S. senators proposed one last month, a law for this particular technology. 3 states, however, haven't waited for Congress to act. I wonder if Texas is one of them. Or maybe North Carolina. Passed in 2008, Illinois' Biometric Information Privacy Act is the oldest legislation and the strictest. Oh, I see Texas. Okay, it regulates how biometric information is collected, stored, used, and even destroyed. Texas followed a year later with the Texas Biometric Privacy Law, while Washington signed its own state House Bill 1493 2 years ago. So Washington State, I would assume is what they mean, not D.C. These bills are aimed largely at commercial implementations and don't apply to protecting biometric data on residential or private property. 8 other states, including New York, have attempted to pass laws protecting biometric information, but ultimately failed. One of those beetle wing anti-gravity devices. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I was talking to somebody on Instagram, hit me up on Instagram, that was talking about using that same principle with hallback arrays. I won't go too much into detail about it, but he was talking to me about it and my thoughts, and I was like, it's kind of like dielectric cascading in a way, like you're cascading energy, so it's like an ion thruster, possibly, right? But you still have to power it somehow with like friction. That's how the supposed beetle wing with the beetle wing might operate, so interesting stuff. But these bills are aimed largely at commercial implementations. I already went over that. Betsy Cooper, director of Aspen Policy Hub, which models itself after tech incubators such as Y Combinator, teaching technology experts the ins and outs of policymaking, says the legal landscape is uncertain. There are growing interests in your biometric identity and how to regulate that. She said, my research suggests that this is focused more on private entities, so on companies. Use of the data rather than private consumer use of this data, and so that sort of creates a space of uncertainty as to how consumers would be affected. So smile, you're on camera. Cooper says that when capturing other people's biometric information, it isn't just about what's legal or illegal. When a homeowner adds facial recognition technology, multiple relationships come into play. There are deep ethical questions, she said, because while the relationship between the individual and the person crossing their threshold is clear, the relationship between the person crossing the threshold and all those other companies and actors is less clear. Similar to what I was saying about Amazon, I was talking about it last week or the week before. Amazon's kind of same deal, like it's, they're going to be collecting all this biometric data, and then what are they going to do with it? Like find you wherever you go and put advertising it, or is there, some other deeper motive? Governmental, who knows? Who knows? That's all speculation, wild speculation, but it definitely is. We're going into that cyberpunk era that, like, I remember growing up to. It's crazy to think about. Let's see, we have credits, right? With cryptocurrency, we have like credits now. We don't have flying cars yet, which kind of pisses me off. They're working on it, I'm sure. We have slowly developing AI, but it's still a ways off, unless we just find some huge rapid advance. Virtual reality, we have augmented and virtual reality that it's starting to come online. I mean, the next 20 years are going to be wild. I think it's a pretty exciting time to live in, I think. What do you guys think? Pretty exciting, or is it scary ya? I mean, we all have kids. Our kids are going to see some crazy stuff. I mean, we might live through the time where, and robots take our jobs. They took our jobs. So when considering a product, carefully read the terms and conditions and have a grasp of what happens to the video, images, and facial data captured by your device in order to use it responsibly. It's not an easy task if you don't speak legalese. There are steps you can take to improve your privacy, but ultimately you're believing that the company discloses about how it uses the data. Read the small print. People in private property. I'm sure there'll be legal crap about that. You get the idea. I just got a really good idea. It'd be fun to do. Let's try this. We're gonna I'm gonna just silence the music real quick because this will be fun to talk about. I think this will be like a new segment. It's gonna be called Free Energy. Free Energy segment. Let's see here. Oh, that is a good one. That one just looks too ridiculous though. Nah, let's do this one. All right. Advertisement. Google Ads, of course, because I use Google Ads. Home tech. We'll kill the sound. Try to get into too much trouble. So let's see how this free energy device works, and then we can pick it apart. That's the idea. Or maybe it will work. I mean, maybe this is legit, guys. This looks legit. It has hot glue. Yeah, the next 20, 40 are crazy, and we're going to see what happens for sure. So he's making an inductor. It's totally an inductor, right? It's his resonator coil. That's his secondary. Oh, now note he's using blue and red. I think that's an important fact to remember. I don't think you can get away with just using like red all the way across and like cutting it. You have to use blue and red because those depict the North and the South. I mean, it's got to be legit. It's legit here. All right. Oh, speaker magnets in play. Easy to obtain components. I like that. Totally, someone just dropped off. Speaker magnets. Okay. See what he's doing. So notice that they're not connected. They're not connected either. It's not garbage. Come on, those are perfectly useful parts. So they're not set. He has the center tap. Okay, it's still open there, right? This is legit, guys. You know this is legit. He used blue and red. I'm telling you. This is legit. You have to keep it open. Right? You see what he did? You know, he's tinning up the wire. Either that or he's just putting some Vaseline on it. He's lubing them up. Okay, here we go. Where do you think he's going to solder it to? I think he's going to solder it to the speaker. Oh yeah, he's setting it up. Yep. He's going to solder it to the speaker. So you got to keep those center wires open though. Like, you totally got to do that. I like how we have like one viewer, 2 viewers on this right now, right? And this has 6 million views, 6.5. Yes, exactly. Electrical Cringe Compilation Part 1. All right, it's legit, dude. You know it is. The real challenge here is we're gonna try to ascertain where he's hiding the battery or where the power source is coming from. We're gonna try to sort it out. This guy, I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's. Maybe he's just pulling one over on us, but he doesn't seem like he's talented enough to make some type of wireless device. So now we have a 12-watt standard filament light bulb. One you'd use on a car. Soldering this bad boy up. We can skip some of this. We can get to the real magic. Wait till the real magic happens. Okay. Okay. So here we go. See where he's going to connect these. Oh, so it's staying open. You got to keep those wires open in the middle of the magnet. That's where the electrons flow from. Is that the center of the ring magnet of the speaker. It's a dangerous experiment. Oh, I wonder. Oh, see, now that might be a little nuance. It has to stick. Oh no, it can't stick. It can't stick to the magnet. Don't let the bulb stick to the magnet. You cannot let that happen. Let's see. Oh, more magnets in play. Because you got to change that field strength. Oh, the bulb's sticking to the magnet again, though. I don't know if that's going to affect the outcome. That might be a crucial detail. Like, it needs to stick. Okay. Oh, he's going to put a magnet on either side. See, what that will do is that will oscillate the fields. It will actually induce an alternating current. See, look at that. Look at that. That is amazing. That's pretty impressive. I gotta say, that's a pretty impressive ruse, if it is one. You know, it could be legit. This could be completely legit. We could just be dicks picking it apart saying it's not. My guess is a magnetic reed switch, or that's a good one to ponder. How do you think he's pulling this off? What do you guys think? Going for the zoom in. So I'm not seeing. So a key component, the bulb is touching. Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's. Well, it might matter when you start it up, though. Just something to keep in mind if you're going to actually try. Oh, lost connection. So key component. Oh yeah, the light's there for sure, for sure. Let's see, what are we thinking on this one, huh? What do you guys think? Sure, zooming in on that spot a lot. I want to see like the wrench a little more. I want to inspect the wrench and underneath it. Yeah, don't care too much about that part. Or what's under the speaker now? That'd be good to check. Oh, come on. You don't want to lift it up? The pros, they at least lift it up and move it around and put it on a piece of plywood or something. Nothing? Anybody got to have an idea of what type of magic is going on here? You know, it's like, I like these videos because it's like Sherlock Holmes trying to sort it out. My guess is it's probably like, I don't know if he'd be hiding a reed switch. There's got to be a way that the magnet is switching it, right? So, see, the wire comes up there. Like, I'm guessing that there's some type of. I mean, he could easily hide a reed switch in that, underneath that those coil sets. The question is, where is the power coming from? It's real, 100% real. Dude, do this, and then give me the DIY, like the freaking complete walkthrough. See, these, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. On the bottom of the bulb, though, like 12. Yeah, it could be. But then he's got to have some way to step it up, I would think, right? Those 12 volt. I mean, the max, like you could get a little. What are they, like a 2.7, or there's even like a 3.2 lithium little battery that you can fit in the bottom of the bulb. Or maybe he pulled out the filament. Let's take a look at that. Maybe he pulled out the filament, and that's an LED. And there's the filament. See, he shows it. Well, I can't really trust what he shows, though. Wait. I don't know. That's an interesting one. If you guys have any ideas, put it in the comment section after this video is running. This will be the free energy device of the week. This is really blatant one. Maybe we'll look at a blatant one, and then should I look at one that's a little more questionable? Like, is even like, because this one there's just not enough detail. Nah, I won't look at any. I won't go down that rabbit hole. It's too much. It's too much to deal with. So yeah, what else? Let's see what else is going on Google's search rankings for what? What should we look up now? I blew through those articles really quick. I didn't expect that. It's supposed to run an hour. You guys have any questions or... Oh, let's see what's trending in flat Earth. That's a good one. The three things that people talk about the most on SciTech, it's really funny, like on the Instagram, are aliens, flat Earth, and then, oh, I know, recently, like, people have been really hot on saying that the Falcon, what is it? Oh, it's called the Falcon 9 Heavy landing science. People are really... Electrical fails? No, no. What do you suggest? People are really hot on saying that this is BS and like it's a waste. Not a lot of people, just a couple people saying it's a waste, but no more flat Earth. All right, no flat Earth stuff. Word up. I won't do that. I won't do that to you guys. But yeah, that it's fake, and I can see why, because it's super counterintuitive to think that a rocket landing. Here's the failure one. Oh, that's the successful one. I know they have like an 80% success rate. I think is what they've chalked it up to right now. But the idea of it is that when you launch a rocket into space and you jettison that rocket, right? You're just wasting the rocket. This is rocket staging. Oh, this is them putting them. Yeah. And a lot of people are saying, oh, it's it's CGI and all yada yada. But like, it's kind of like the whole NASA deal going into space and the whole space deniers. Like, why would so many people spend so much time and energy just to lie about something? What would be their motive? Like, why would people want to just bamboozle? Like, the most logical and simplest explanations are usually have the greater chance to be likely. So I don't know about the whole, like, I can totally see, I understand, like, oh, faking moon landing because of competition with, Russia, yada yada. I could see that. Like, okay, I can understand that. But to think that we haven't been in space and stuff, I don't know. It's a little strange. This is the launching. I just want to see. Here we go. This is the landing. So there's like thousands of eyewitnesses, thousands of different camera angles. It does. It looks fake in some spots. Like, it seriously does. It looks surreal to think that we'd land. It's not flat. It's a hollow Earth. Everybody knows now it's a hollow Earth. Yeah, it's just wild to think. But the idea is that, the whole goal is for a single stage rocket where we can go into space with one rocket and that's it. Or not even a rocket, but a vehicle. It doesn't have to be a rocket shape. It doesn't have to be phallic, right? It can be a space plane, I think, is what most people would like. But there's some serious problems with that if you look into, the amount of velocity you need to get to escape Earth's gravitational forces, and the vector that you have to, they call it the delta V, that you have to get out of Earth's orbit is a lot of power and a lot of energy, and yeah, flying it at closer perpendicular to the Earth, you're fighting gravity the whole time, so you just try to get that one shot of momentum as much as you can right off the bat. That's kind of the point behind the solid fuel rockets of the past, and like, just the rockets in general. Like, they just deliver a shit ton of power up front all at once to try to break the Earth's hold on us. So, anyways, what do you guys think about all that? Think that's a bunch of nonsense like this? Like this? I don't know. Okay, I could be wrong. This could be totally legit. Like, it could totally be legit. But from what I know about electricity and what you got, well, a lot of you guys know, I'm sure this is probably a 99% chance fake. Sun is invisible to the naked eye in space. Yeah, I've heard that. Like, and like a lot of cameras show that it's like you can't see the stars and stuff. But then I hear astronauts say that that's not true. Like, if you were to look at the sun in space, you go blind. Like, obviously, like anywhere, but you know, it puts light because it's in a vacuum. See, that's a really good question. Let's look it up. Let's ask the almighty Google, because I've looked it up before, and like, I don't know. Like, I know that obviously it casts light on what you have, right? On the shuttle and stuff like that. Can you see the sun when in space? It depends on what exactly you mean by visible, but if you can see the sun, which you can from outer space, then that means its light is visible. So, this is from Quora. Always the most, it's usually a group of consensus. It's a consensus type of deal. You absolutely can see the sun from space. So it's my understanding that you can. That's what the greater consensus, like I said, and like it's, you know, it's it casts light on the things around you, but also it's a big freaking burning hydrogen ball, so it's like it's hard to miss. But I do know that there's people say that it's hard to see stars. I don't know if that's just because of the lenses that are used in space and people are just going off the videography, because I've heard a lot of astronauts talk about it, saying that, you know, you see more stars in space than you do from the Earth. So I don't know. Yeah, it certainly changes. It certainly changes. Yeah, Eric Dollar. Yeah, right. I mean, you can't just take people's word for it. Like, you really got to like investigate on stuff. You know, like, don't get me wrong. Like, Eric Dollar has some incredibly insightful electrical engineering ideas and principles, but you got to think, like, a lot of times these guys were trying to sell something, right? I mean, they really were. So you have to be careful. Like, if somebody's trying to sell you something, I don't know. You know, I'm not trying to sell shit. I mean, actually, I am. I have a website. It's SciTechSyndicate.com, and it has great products. But no, I'm not literally trying to sell you an idea on shit. So this is just fun for me. I love chatting with people and going over science and technology. It's something I'm really passionate about, especially the mysteries of electrical engineering and electrical phenomenon. But yeah, like I said, like, you know, everything that I've read and what astronauts say is like they see tons of stars in space, and like, you know, it's, yeah, I got merch, but they see tons of stars in space and stuff, and it's just the camera that picks up or doesn't pick up. So let's see what this says. Is the sun visible in space? Oh, this is from a free energy this is from a guy who's related to Eric Dollar. That's funny. This is one of Bedini's right-hand man. He's also around for Eric Dollar, and I can't remember his name. Yeah, you guys probably recognize this fella. It's kind of lagging on me a bit. But let's see what he has to say about it. Peter Linderman. Oh, it's going to lag on me, of course.
5,000 photographs of the sun. It was
good gravy. It's because I'm streaming at the same time. Yeah, like I said, a lot of it's from photography, and I know that they use different lenses and stuff to make sure that you get the what would be the foreground instead of the background, you know? And like, there's reasons they use those lenses, because they would just be saturated with all kinds of light and all that kind of stuff.
It was shown in every spectrum, you know, gamma rays and infrared.
Yeah, it's lagging too hard. We won't go into it. It might be that video too. But yeah, just from what I've studied, and I could be wrong. I'd be totally cool with that. I used to say that too a lot. It's like, oh, you can't see the sun from space and yada. But then I like, well, wait a minute. Before I start saying that shit, I should probably go and research it and actually look it up. And I did, and lo and behold, like, yeah, there's lots of evidence from people. So yeah, let's see. There's a what do we got? I got like 10 minutes before I gotta go pick the boy up from the bus. Here's another one. Electro boom. Let's see. Let's go over, like, this is just an interesting thing that I like to. There it is. I like to go over for as far as thermodynamics and just thinking about free energy in general, besides the whole monetary side of it, but like actual physics and what physics says. Is in thermodynamics, the Gibbs free energy is distinguished for its, or the Helmholtz free energy, which is, I believe Helmholtz is the same guy that was experimenting with resonators, right? The sound, yeah, electro boom is up there for the free energy because he's trying to debunk it and, you know, obviously educate people on the whole purpose of a lot of those free energy videos, just to get likes and be able to make revenue off of it. Probably. I think we all could. Actually, yeah, I only had like one bad one. I've shocked the crap out of myself once. Luckily, it was just and dumb too, like double-handed. It was stupid, man. And my wife came out and was like, what the hell just happened? Because I screamed like a little girl. But I grabbed onto a resonator coil when I first started, but it was with a 5 kV and a 10 milliamp, really small NST, so neon sign transformer. So lesson well learned. After that, I put one hand in the pocket, even if my crap's off and unplugged, like extra precautious now, which is good. So at least I learned that way. I don't know what I was thinking though. It was just being dumb. There might have been some beer involved too. There's a thermodynamic potential that can be used to calculate the maximum of reversible work that may be performed by a thermodynamic system. So we're talking about systems, and from one system to another system, and their interaction between the two. And this is like a really important thing to think about, I think, that goes untalked about in free energy. It's along the lines of the second law of thermodynamics that state that everything is getting, everything's cooling down, but not really cooling down. That's not really how it's looked at. It's more of everything is becoming more complex. There's more systems that are being developed into smaller realm. It's kind of like this. It's like there is an equation by Euclid. No, not Euclid. Euler. Euler's equation, which basically it's like Euler's disk, right? As it spins down, it slowly decreases to zero, right? Back to its ground state. And as that Euler's disk, if you've ever seen one of those, they spin and spin and spin, and their frequency increases as they get closer to their 0 point. What's beautiful about quantum dynamics is, even though it looks like it's resting to us, it's actually still vibrating at a certain and still has a certain frequency. It's just that frequency has been brought to a very minute amount, and we can't visually see it anymore or hear it anymore audibly. So it's just something interesting to think about. And then dealing with systems, imagine two Euler's disks that are interacting with each other, bouncing in. It'd be more like a field rather than a disk, but they're interacting with each other. Like, this is part of Gibbs free energy and the idea of entropy and entropy and, oh God, everybody knows entropy because everybody's talking about the universe getting more complex or colder, but entropy or enthalpy, it probably says it somewhere on here too, but, adding energy to a system. And the whole purpose of Gibbs free energy is that, the whole idea behind it is basically that this is in chemical terms, but it can really relate to anything, is that, it depends on the capacity of the systems. And so if you have just one system that you're looking at, it depends on the capacity of that system. And the beautiful part about it is, when you really look at energy in general, is no system is isolated. There's no completely isolated system. We've yet to find one. Actually, it says enthalpy right there. Like, There is no isolated system. So there is no closed system ever. Like everything always can be affected by outside sources. So it's a really interesting thing to consider, like thought experiment wise, and even in real life. Like for example, like solar energy, getting energy from the sun and things of that nature. Anyways, it's something I like to go over. Like I like to talk about with free energy. You need to fix my vacuum tube Tesla coil. I do? Not me. You're the one with the vacuum and the freaking torch. Fly me out there. We'll fix it. But at the same time, yeah. If I did that to a mod, that would be rough. So that's something I highly recommend that people look up more, is like all the laws of thermodynamics and the subcategories of things that were discovered. Like there is no closed system, and so many people I think focus on a closed system. Like especially when they look at the universe, they're like, oh, it's a closed system, but we don't know that. It doesn't. There's no indication that it's closed. We just have kind of a wall of microwave background radiation. That's our limitation to our visibility. And if you think about it, that wall is, still mired in like theory. It's all theory, right? About the Big Bang and all that kind of stuff. So tubes, vacuum tube. Yeah, you can make your own vacuum tube now, man. You need the right metals and materials, but yeah, you can make your own vacuum tube, dude. You can make your own vacuum tube capacitor now. That'd be interesting. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining me. Next, I think I've been scheduling this every Tuesday at 2. I don't know if that works for you guys, if that works for everyone. But that's just kind of what I've been doing, and because I got like an hour of time to kill, and it's on a Tuesday. But I could change it up. We could go to something else. Shameless plug. Pyramid theory. Get your pyramid Earth theory now. Use the code SciTech fam for 20% off. I think it's SciTech fam. And yeah. Appreciate you guys joining on. Some other people probably watch this down the road. I'm gonna try to get this to work. These mini games. I really want these mini games to work too. Just keep people a little more interested and engaged. You can donate too. I got all that set up, but I'm not really worried about it. I got this new. What do you guys think about this? This new Hexa helping hands. Pretty sweet. Little microscope and everything. Oh yeah, put the game to the side. I'm also working on a blog that's been really extensive. It's like a disruptive technology blog, and then I also need to work on my experimentation for the hydrogen fusion stuff, because that's really what SciTech's about, right? That's what I want to do. So yeah. Anyways, much love to you guys. Buy my Tesla merch. Everything up so I can push the bell. The preview thing up. What preview thing? What preview thing? I'm an admin. I'm not sure what preview thing. What preview thing you talking about, Ryan? I could do... Syndicate sounds so evil because it has sin in it. You know what Syndicate is, though, right? It's like a group of people, right? Syndication, it's like a group of people that... get this out of here. Get this out of here. Yeah, like a group of people that communicate and share information. It can be a syndication of a newspaper, all kinds of stuff. Syndication of a TV show, media company. The one I did last time groups of people are evil. You crazy. The one I did last time, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Like, oh, wait, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'll try to throw up a, like, there's a way. Let's see if I get it. Mini games, like, there's a way. Oh, there's like a, see if this works. I don't know if this works. Syndicate is trying to group of, yeah, here we go. There, that one works. Will you join them? Fight the boss battle. Yeah, little mini games and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty fun. See how it goes. Popped up as a preview, so I knew it was gonna stream. Oh yeah, yeah. Hopefully you guys like this. It'll only get better with time. Sending me a straight message. I'll take a look and see what you talking about. What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? Yeah, right. That's some that's some serious competition, bro. I don't know if I'll ever be able to compete with that man. Joe Rogan's has quite a name for himself. One day, if I have 1/10 of his audience, that'd be sweet. You know, but that's what I'm building. Really, is a media company. That's my main business, is a media company first, and like, you know, advertising and all that kind of stuff, socially responsible advertising, all that jazz. But it takes time, and I only have a few clients. So, you know, all things in due time. Anyways, much love to you guys. Thank you for joining me. For those rewatching this, appreciate any comments, any feedback you have. It's more than welcome. And until next week, peace.